So I have a new Nerf project that I'm actually fairly excited about. I basically spent all morning I should say yesterday, ordering a LiPo battery setup. I'm actually going to divest into the LiPo, environment, shall we say. So I'm waiting for that to turn up before I can do rewiring and things of that nature. But I bought the blaster untested, and it's an unknown quantity, so I need to go and get some standard batteries. And in a bizarre twist, it runs on C-cells. And nobody has C-cells in their house these days, and if you do, fair play to you. But I need to go and get some. And the only place I can think of, just considering that I'm going to be upgrading the voltage and stuff and changing the battery out, the only place I can think to get any is the pound shop. Or if you're in the US, the dollar store. Because they're going to be cheap, and I need them just to make sure the blaster works. That's it. So we'll go and we'll take a trip, and while I'm there, because it's sort of the next town over from where I am, it's a fair trip, it's like half an hour, but while I'm there I might as well have a nose around the charity shops and see if they've got anything interesting. I'm feeling invigorated. This will be my second video in a couple of days. But yeah, the build vlog, or whatever you want to call it, the build videos and that, they'll be on the Gravy Bunny channel. I'm still not sure which one this is going to be on, because this is sort of an introductory, that's the word I was looking for, video to this build. So it might go on the Gravy Bunny, it might go on Holly Abigail, I'm not sure. But yeah, I've got some parts ordered, which I'm waiting to turn up, but postage in the UK could be tomorrow, could be a week, who knows. So we'll see what happens there, but there are some parts that I need to get, and I've got some tools that I need to replace. So again, pound shop are pretty good for just bog standard budget tools. I bought the screwdriver that I have been using for my Nerf stuff for the last couple of years. I bought that as part of a set from the pound shop. It's just about giving up the ghost now. The tip's rounding out and the handle's falling apart, but we'll see what else they've got in there. So yeah, that'll be today's adventure. Right, speak to you soon. It was sunny when I left. Right, I have made it to Kidderminster. I've just paid for my parking. I've given myself a couple of hours. Let's take a walk and see what's what. They used to have versions of these when I was a kid that you could crawl through. And then people started getting stuck, so they went away, and now somebody's recreated them. That's awesome. I've arrived. The promised land. Almost. Yeah, it's just good for cheap stuff. Let's go. They put the price up. Never mind, still cheaper than buying Duracells. I'm going to need 3 of them now. POS, or go to www.snickers.co.uk. Those are probably awful. Gonna take a pack. The joys of shopping during holidays. Right. There's a primer. Need a can of primer. Kits. For what they are, these are actually really good, so need me one of them. And screwdrivers, I'm not paying £10 for screwdrivers, and they haven't got any of the really cheap ones, so I'll have to have a rethink on that. As I say, I only want one screwdriver. Yeah, right, better go and pay. So I got my various bits from the pound shop, which I needed, including the batteries. Batteries was the main reason to come out. While I was having a nose round, as you do, £2, so I will gladly take that. The problem with charity shop Nerf in general these days, especially in the UK, is that it gets snapped up very quickly. There is a resale market, unfortunately, to it, which is what makes the next thing very surprising. Because there were a couple of people yesterday thought that my Swarmfire, not yesterday, day before, sorry, thought the Swarmfire that I bought was a bit of a shark. I just bought an entire Ultra 1 for £5, so that'll be good reference. I now actually own an Ultra Blaster rather than making my own. Whether it works or not, I don't know. It'll be interesting to tinker with. It's got some darts, but yeah, that's an Ultra 1 for a £5. I'll take that. I can use that, even if it's just for comparison. But yeah, I like that. Right, that'll do. I'm torn now whether I move on to the next town or if I just call it a day. I've got what I needed to come out for and more, obviously. But now I'm in an hour. Anyway, either way, I'll speak to you soon. Why do I always start when I record? I end up scratching my face. It's a habit. But anyway, yes, this hasn't been a bad day. I've got to be fair. I never expect too much in the way of blasters when I do go around charity shops, because, as I say, there is a resale market. There's a lot of people. It's some days you get really good stuff, and other days it's just the stuff that people don't want. I will buy 4 victories every day of the week if I see one. Same as hammer shots and possibly Mavericks as well. Depends on the price with the Maverick. It depends on the price with a lot of things. £2 for a 4 victory, that's perfectly reasonable. Same for with that sort of money for a Maverick. But £5 for an Ultra 1. That's my first ever proper Nerf Ultra Blaster. I have several, but they're because I made them. So yeah, it'll be useful for comparisons. I don't know if it works. There is a wire sticking out the trigger, so it looks like somebody's had it open at some point. So we'll not the trigger, the handle. So I'll have to crack it open and see what's what inside. That'll be a good afternoon's tinkering for me. So with that in mind, I think I'm going to call it there for today's mooch or nose or charity shop walk around, whatever you want to call it. I think I'm going to call it there. I've got what I needed. I've got why I left the house, which was predominantly batteries, and a couple of other bits and pieces which will prove useful. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I will. The motorcycle's doing weird and wonderfuls. But yeah, so I'll sign off there. I think this might go on the Holly Abigail channel, to be fair, because it's not technically a Nerf build. It's more one of my car boot sort of nose around sort of efforts. So we'll put it on there because it's not actually building anything. Yeah, so again, I'm going to be putting all the various build blogs and vlogs and stuff like that on the Gravy Bunny channel, and then the overviews will be on here, and things like this, and the trans vlogs will remain here. So yeah, that's like 2 videos in 2 days, which for me is a rarity, but why not? I've been bitten by the bug again, so we'll see what we can do. Right, I'm signing off because I've got half an hour to drive home. Speak soon. Okay, slight change of plan. If you're seeing this bit, basically it means that I found something interesting. I've basically had to stop sort of the next town over from Kidderminster, and I figured I'd have a look, because why not? Last time I was here, found a couple of interesting little bits, so you never know. I'm always on the lookout for like stuff. So yeah. Nope, fingers. A couple of metal chests. £3 each. Yeah, I can find a use for those. I like that. Blue one and a red one. Yeah, I'll take things like that every day of the week, I will, because those are going to be useful.